Hey guys, how's it going? I'm going to make a video for you guys about how to do the thermostats on a 2009 Chevy Duramax. This is a LMM. I can find videos on earlier ones and even the couple newer ones, but I can't find any videos on the 09 LMM specific, so I'm going to go ahead and do it on mine and post a video for you. So flip this around. This is my 09 crew cab 2-wheel drive 6.6 Duramax diesel. I'm getting a P128 code every now and then, and I'm just tired of resetting it, so I'm gonna go ahead and change out the thermostats. So when you pop your hood open, you should see something similar to this. What you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead and remove this, which I actually have this off on my truck normally anyways. I have it just blocked off, so I just have it sitting in here for you to show you guys what you should see. So you're gonna have this bolt that's got a Torx bit, and then back here you'd have this clamp setup. It's a 8mm clamp, so since mine's already disconnected, I'm just gonna pull it out, but you would hit both of those. You would hit the bolt and then you would hit the clamp, and then this whole piece can come right out. So what you're looking for is this housing down here. Let's see if I can get some better light. So this housing right here is actually going to be the one for your thermostats. What you're going to need to do is get 12mm bolt, and there is one right there, and then there is one down there. Those will be the two that'll hold your housing on for the thermostat housing. Then this one right here on mine is actually connected to this bracket that's on top of my thermostat housing. So you just disconnect this one bolt here, which is also 12mm. Then this housing actually runs all the way back here and comes around, and this is all one piece, and this is your radiator hose. So to be able to lift the entire thing up out of the way, we're gonna have to also get this 12mm bolt, and then there's one on the other side, but it's under these connectors. So you're gonna have to disconnect these connectors. So I would recommend that you disconnect your batteries. So it's up to you if you want to do that or not, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it on mine. So I'm gonna try and set the camera up where I can show you the exact work that I'm doing. And I've seen videos of people were moving the AC housing out of the way, but I'm gonna see if I can do it without that, without having to, or the AC compressor, I'm sorry. So let's see if I can get that. Alright, so what I've done so far is disconnected the positive side on both batteries. I then disconnected the harnesses, both of them right here. You can see that I took the bolt out for the oil tank, or for the oil neck. And then, so for these connectors here, they're actually on their own bracket anyways. So there's 3 12mm bolts, or 2 bolts and one like nut and stud. The nut and stud is all the way back here. All I did was loosen that one. I didn't even take it all the way off. I just loosened it enough. That way the bracket would move. Then I took out the other 2 bolts, which is one's back here, and then the other one is down there. So I took both of those off because you got to get to the bolt for the radiator hose is down below this bracket right here. So took both of those off, or all 3 of those off. Then I got the bolt back there out, and the bolt right in front. right here, took this one out. So now the hose itself moves along with the bracket for the connectors. So now what I'm going to work on next is trying to get the bolt here, another 12, they're all 12s, and then the one here. So let's try and get that going. All right, so I didn't think I was going to have to mess with these three, but I did. As you can see, I just loosened them up just to see if it would help. I loosened those ones, and this one was actually a little bigger than a 12. It was actually a 13. So I broke all four of those loose. Also taking out the two main housing bolts, one there and one there. And I was able to lift the housing already. So yes, those are the ones that I needed. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this bracket out of the way and keep going from there. All right, so after removing the bracket, you can see that you have pretty decent access to the thermostat housing, and once it's all loose and the bolts are all out, you can see that the entire thing just comes right up. So I'm gonna try and see if I can snake those thermostats out and put the new ones in. I'm also probably gonna disconnect that connector because I don't want to break that. All right, when you go ahead and you're ready to reinstall these, you got to make sure you put them in the right sequence or order because they are different. As you can see, one is shorter than the other. The shorter one goes to the rear towards the firewall, and the taller one goes to the front up towards the grill. So when they're sitting inside of the housing over here, they're going to be sitting just like this. So just make sure you don't mix them and accidentally put the taller one in the back. All right, well, got the job done. This was a learning experience for me, but figured I could do it, and I just figured I'd make a video to kind of help somebody else that's going to do it by themselves. So let me show you what I did, show you it all back together. So yeah, that's the job there. I did do it without removing the belts or the AC compressor. It would have probably made it easier, but then again, you have to pull off the belt and whatnot. So, which that alone is pretty simple itself, anyways. But I just didn't want to do it, so I was able to do it without removing that. So all that's left is to reconnect my battery and replenish the coolant that I lost. As you can see, I've got my main tripod of bolts for this bracket here. Bolts back in for the oil neck. You can see the bolts are in for the thermostat housing. Those are all tight. Everything's tight, with the exception of this oil one. I still got to tighten that one. Back here, you can see I got the radiator hose brackets snagged down again. The bracket for the connectors is tightened down. The connectors are back on. You can see after pulling out the thermostat, you can see why it was throwing codes. Don't forget to pull these two O-rings out. These were stuck to the top of the thermostat housing, so it came out just like this. The new ones will actually have O-rings around the very outside edge here. So that's what made me go back and look and feel around, and sure as heck they were just stuck to the housing, so I had to pull those things off. Otherwise I would have double gasketed it